Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of adult ages, King AJ would like to bring to you the greatest list of all time. This list is not for the faint of heart. Disclaimer, I tried to put these people in order. I tried so hard to rank them. Nothing felt right. That being said, Psychotic King AJ would like to bring to you the top 10 faces of horror. That being said, I think it's about time. Hopefully, this time it'll be different. This time it'll work. Jumping right into our list. Alright guys, with that being said, the first person that always pops into my mind whenever anybody says a horror movie is our king, Robert Englund. Robert Englund, of course, being the face of Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger is the main slasher in A Nightmare on Elm Street. If you didn't know this, please show me what rock you're living under so I can move it for you. Robert Englund is not only the face of Freddy, though. He's got a plethora of other work. Plus, with cameos, mainstays, or main actors and B-rates and main actors and A-list movies, I guess you can call them. That being said, guys, one of the greatest movies that I feel Robert Englund is not well known for, or that the movie is not well known, is Fear Clinic. If you guys have never seen Fear Clinic, definitely go watch that. It is a horror movie, and it's so beautifully done. It is a work of art. We're going to continue our list with who better to come right after Robert Englund but Wes Craven. Wes Craven, of course, being the writer for A Nightmare on Elm Street. That being said, Wes Craven, thank you, brother, for the nightmares. Rest in peace. We appreciate everything you did and everything you brought to us. Wes Craven's plethora of work will surely outlive him, and has outlived him already, I guess. I don't know the right way to say that, but that being said, rest in peace. You know, thanks for the nightmares, man. Thanks for the nightmares. So the next person that I would like to bring to the attention, of course, is Kane Hodder. I understand that I just talked about Kane Hodder quite a bit, so I might be a little biased, but Kane Hodder is the face of Jason Voorhees, one of the greatest slashers of all time. That being said, of course, he is the face of Victor Crowley as well. He also has a cameo in Jason Goes to Hell as Freddy Krueger. If you haven't seen Jason Goes to Hell, you have no idea what I'm talking about, go watch it. It's one of the craziest rides I've ever kind of been on. That movie is scary as hell, and it's great. So, that being said, do you think we should change up the pace a little bit? Because I sure do. The next person I want to talk to you guys about is Tom Savini. Tom Savini is more well known in the horror industry as a special effects and makeup artist. The things that this guy does are creepy and scary, and he is a master of it. A lot of people get into horror special effects because of Tom Savini. But Tom Savini has also had cameos as an actor in movies such as From Dusk Till Dawn, where he played Sex Machine. He's also had cameos in TV shows like The Simpsons. Tom Savini is one of the masters of horror, without a doubt. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look him up on IMDb. Of course, the names of everyone on our list will be in the description with the proper spelling so that you can find them. Tom Savini, man. What a guy. So that was a little pick-me-up. Now let's get a little darker. And by darker, I mean Clive Barker. the man with the sickest, twistedest mind out there. He is the writer and creator of Hellraiser. Hellraiser, of course, being the movie that brought us some of the most grotesque looking demons, I guess is the only way you can really call them, the Cenobites. Cenobites, of course, being the henchmen of Pinhead in the Hellraiser series. Clive Barker is honestly one of the masterminds of horror. He is twisted. He's done a couple video games. He's done a ton of movies. He's also created lines of toys and other things. Everything screams grotesque and scary. That being said, guys, go check out Clive Barker's line of work. If you've never played the video game Jericho, that's definitely a great game for the computer. It's creepy and it's probably one of the best horror genre games out there. Now, we all know about, what are they called? What is it called? Fairy tales, folklores, omens, things like, not omens, Bloody Mary. But, does everyone know about the Candyman? Next person on our list of people is Tony Todd. Tony Todd, of course, is the Candyman. Sorry. Tony Todd is a master of horror. This guy is scary, and it's just because he shows no emotion. In Candyman, could anyone else have been as scary as him? No. Why? Because even when he laughs, it's non-emotional. It's so creepy how he can do it. Tony Todd has also brought us been star in other great horror movies like Final Destination, cameo appearance in Fear Clinic, cameo appearance with Kane Hodder and a ton of stuff. Like, of course, Hatchet, he's Reverend Zombie. But one of the biggest things that always brings me back to Tony Todd being one of the faces of horror is his portrayal of Ben in the original Night of the Living Dead. Also, that reminds me there's someone on this that's not on this list that really should be. See, that's why I couldn't rank it. Was because there was so many people on this list that really should be on there, and it was hard. So, that being said, guys, Tony Todd has a plethora of work that's just long. It is huge. Go check it out. I am a huge fan of Tony Todd, and I hope you will be too. What's the matter, kid? Don't you like clowns? Don't we make you laugh? Aren't we f***ing funny? The next person on our list, none other than Captain Spaulding, Sid Haig. Now, Sid Haig, Captain Spaulding, is one of my favorite characters of all time. He portrays this character so well, and it's so hard because it takes over the movie of Devil's Rejects and House of a... Is it House of 100? No, it's House of 1,000 Corpses. House of 1,000 Corpses. Sorry, guys, brain lapse. Captain Spaulding really overtook these movies. And honestly, his lines are so funny that he just, like, there's blood, there's gore, there's all this other stuff, and then all of a sudden you have frickin' Sid Haig sitting here, tutti fucking fruity. Like, come on. He's a master. And he's so great. That being said, guys, I think some of that credit has to go to the next person that we're going to talk about, and that is Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie is a very underrated director. Now, I know a lot of people hate on him, and, you know, that's fine, but Rob Zombie has brought to us some of the most brilliant horror movies of modern day. No, I'm not talking about Halloween. That's the next person on our list. Anyways, I'm talking about The Devil's Rejects, House of 1,000 Corpses, Lords of Salem and 31, to be specific. All these movies show why Rob Zombie is not just a music giant, but a brilliant artist. These movies are some of the greatest movies I've seen, and honestly, I'm not being biased on that. 31 is my favorite movie of all time. It is. I've watched 31 probably 300 times now, and it hasn't even been out that long. Rob Zombie is probably one of the he's an artistic genius. And I feel that he deserves more love than what people give him. That being said, guys, I talked about Rob Zombie. He recreated a movie that really needs to be accredited to the next person that I want to talk about, John Carpenter. John Carpenter, of course, is the mind that brought us the Halloween series. He is the mind that originated Michael Myers. Michael Myers being one of the greatest slashers of all time. The reason why the actor that plays Michael Myers isn't on the list is because really it doesn't matter who plays Michael Myers. The character writing behind Michael Myers is what makes him scary. The face isn't. That being said, some brooding giants have played Michael Myers. But I think any brooding giant really would prosper in the role. John Carpenter has also brought us one of my favorite trash movies or bad movies of all time, Ghosts of Mars. I love Ghosts of Mars. The writing style, the plot line, it was just different. It was something we hadn't really seen and at the time it came out. And I mean, it had Ice Cube in it. So come on, what's wrong with that? So, honestly, guys, if you don't know what John Carpenter has done, definitely go check him out, because he's got a beautiful mind, and he puts his beautiful mind into all of his movies. So, they're all worth a watch. That being said, guys, I think it's about time that we go into probably what could be considered the absolute face of the horror genre, and what also he could also be considered the scariest man alive. This man is Vincent Price. Vincent Price took the horror genre and ran with it. He made movies scary. Back when we didn't have special effects that we do now. We didn't have the ability to make things the way we do now. There was no CGI. There was no extra computerized gore effects. It was simply put, Vincent Price made movies scary. He made them suspenseful by the way he talked, by his actions, his mannerisms, his body language, his movements. Everything about this man was just creepy. And he owned it every single time. I love Vincent Price's line of work. Vincent Price's line of work has brought us some of the greatest movies we've ever seen. Also, to boot, a lot of actors, directors, writers, they really got into the horror genre because of Vincent Price. Because of how scary this man could be. How he could make situations scarier. Just by talking. Just by acting. Vincent Price, of course, my favorite, and this is sad, and you can call me whatever you want. My favorite work of Vincent Price is The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, where he plays a character called Vincent Van Gogh. This goes to show you just how creepy Vincent Price is. He really, really took a kids' TV show and added a little touch of horror, and it gave it that creepier feel. Just him in it gave it that creepier feel. That's why, guys, Vincent Price is probably the granddaddy of all faces of horror. And honestly, if you've never seen Vincent Price's work, definitely go watch it. Go into his older work with the mindset that it's not what we have today, and you will enjoy it 300 times more. It's black and white. It's gritty. It's scary, guys. And with that being said, guys, I think I'm going to leave you with that. I finally got this done. We finally completed this list. Be sure to stay tuned. There will be other lists. There will be other topics. Just be there or be